Imagine waking up one morning, reaching for your coffee, and realizing that the simple act of standing up feels heavier than it used to. Your legs are just a bit weaker. Your grip isn't as strong. It doesn't happen overnight, but over the years, something silent has been eroding your strength. This hidden process has a name: sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and function as we age. It begins as early as your 40s, but after 65, it accelerates rapidly. Research published in the Journal of Gerontology shows that adults over 65 can lose up to 3 to 5% of their muscle mass every decade. And it's not just about looking frailer. It affects your balance, your metabolism, your immune system, and even your brain health. Here's the shocking part. Most people think this is inevitable, but it's not. New studies reveal that certain nutrients, when timed correctly, can dramatically slow and in some cases even reverse muscle loss in older adults. And one of the simplest delivery systems for these nutrients is your morning coffee. Yes, your daily coffee ritual can become a powerful tool to fight sarcopenia, because what you stir into that cup can influence how your body repairs muscle, regulates hormones like insulin and cortisol, and maintains the mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside your cells that keep your muscles young. Why does this matter so much? Because muscle is not just for movement. It's your longevity organ. It protects you from falls. It keeps your metabolism active, preventing dangerous fat gain around your organs. It even communicates with your brain through tiny signaling proteins called myokines, which enhance mood, memory, and resilience against neurodegenerative diseases. So when you lose muscle, you're not just losing strength, you're losing a key driver of independence, vitality, and mental clarity. Here's the good news. You can start rebuilding muscle right now, even after 65, without drastic changes. And it begins with understanding what science says about sarcopenia and the specific nutrients that can work synergistically with your body's natural rhythms. In this video, we're going to unpack 6 breakthrough insights, the hidden biochemical triggers of sarcopenia that most people overlook, how your morning coffee affects your muscle metabolism, and how to optimize it, the one amino acid your body desperately needs after 65, and how to sneak it into your brew, a mineral that keeps your muscles switched on and prevents weakness, the timing trick that makes your coffee a muscle-preserving powerhouse, and finally, a simple 3-step coffee protocol to protect your strength for years to come. By the end, you'll know exactly what to mix into your coffee and why it works. You'll also understand the deeper science behind muscle aging, so you can stay not just strong but mentally sharp and metabolically resilient well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. So before you take your next sip of coffee, stay with me. Because this one small daily habit could mean the difference between frailty and lifelong strength. Have you ever wondered why someone can stay relatively strong through their 50s, but then suddenly, after 65, the decline feels steeper? It's not just getting older. There's a very specific biochemical shift that happens around this age, and understanding it is the key to stopping it. Here sits what the research shows. After 65, your body experiences anabolic resistance. That's a fancy way of saying your muscles stop responding as well to the signals that normally tell them to grow or repair. A younger person can eat a bit of protein, move around, and easily maintain muscle. But as we age, the pathways that stimulate muscle protein synthesis, especially the mTOR pathway, become less sensitive. So even if you eat the same foods or do the same activities, your muscles simply don't hear the growth signal as loudly. This is compounded by something called mitochondrial dysfunction. Mitochondria are the little power plants inside your muscle cells. They generate the energy needed for contraction, repair, and overall strength. But with age, they become less efficient, producing more oxidative stress and less clean energy. A study in Nature Medicine found that aging muscle cells accumulate damaged mitochondria, which makes it harder to sustain strength, like trying to power a house with a failing generator. And then there's the hormonal shift. After 65, you produce less testosterone, less growth hormone, and your insulin sensitivity decreases. This trifecta leads to more fat infiltration in muscle tissue, which is why you might notice your legs feeling softer or your arms losing firmness, even if your weight hasn't changed much. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Muscle isn't just tissue. It's an endocrine organ. It secretes signaling molecules called myokines, which communicate with your brain, bones, and immune system. When muscle mass decreases, these signals weaken, leading to poorer balance, slower metabolism, and even cognitive decline. But, and this is the empowering part, these declines are not irreversible. In fact, studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that older adults can dramatically improve muscle synthesis by providing targeted nutrient triggers that override anabolic resistance. Think of it like turning up the volume on a weak signal. Now, why are we talking about coffee in all of this? Because coffee affects blood flow, hormone release, and nutrient uptake. It's a metabolic amplifier. When you pair it with the right amino acids and minerals, it can act like a delivery vehicle to help your muscles absorb exactly what they need at the right time, effectively flipping that biochemical switch back toward muscle preservation. So if you're over 65 and thinking, well, I'm just getting old, this is normal. Let me tell you, normal does not mean inevitable. With the right approach, you can teach your muscles to respond like they did years ago. And it starts with understanding how even one small daily ritual, your coffee, can become part of that strategy. Now, we'll talk about the surprising way coffee itself influences your muscle metabolism. You'll learn why drinking it black is good but not optimal, and how a single tweak can turn it into a muscle-preserving powerhouse. When most people think of coffee, they think of one thing: caffeine, the quick mental boost, the morning wake-up. But what if I told you coffee actually has a deeper physiological effect that can influence your muscles, for better or worse, depending on how you use it? Here's what's happening in your body when you sip that first cup. Within 15 minutes, caffeine is absorbed into your bloodstream and begins to stimulate the release of adrenaline, your get-up-and-go hormone. Adrenaline increases blood flow, including to your muscles, which sounds like a good thing. But there's another piece of the puzzle. Caffeine also temporarily reduces insulin sensitivity. Now, why does that matter for muscle? Insulin isn't just about blood sugar. It's actually one of the most powerful signals your body uses to shuttle amino acids, the building blocks of muscle, directly into your muscle cells for repair. If insulin sensitivity is impaired, your muscles can't absorb those amino acids as efficiently. So here's the paradox. Coffee gives you more energy and circulation, but on its own, it doesn't necessarily feed your muscles. In fact, if you drink coffee black and skip food, you may actually miss a key window for muscle repair. But here's where the science gets exciting. A study from the Journal of Applied Physiology found that when older adults consumed protein or specific amino acids along with caffeine, their muscles showed a greater anabolic response than with protein alone. Why? Because caffeine enhances blood flow and mobilizes energy, acting almost like a delivery driver for the nutrients you pair it with. Think of your coffee like a highway. By itself, it's just an empty road. But when you mix in the right compounds, like the amino acid leucine we'll discuss next, you're sending in the cargo your muscles actually need, and the caffeine helps it get there faster. There's another subtle effect. Coffee contains polyphenols, natural plant compounds that protect your cells from oxidative stress. Remember those damaged mitochondria I mentioned earlier? Polyphenols can help your muscles' mitochondria work more efficiently, reducing the energy drain that contributes to sarcopenia. So when you drink coffee in the right way, at the right time, it can do three things for your muscles: improve circulation to deliver nutrients, support mitochondrial health with antioxidants, enhance nutrient absorption when paired with the correct building blocks. This is why your coffee routine matters so much. It's not just a habit, it's an opportunity. Now, if you're thinking, okay, so what should I actually add to my coffee? Stay with me, because in the next section, we're going to talk about the single most important amino acid your body needs after 65, why it naturally declines, and how just a small scoop of it in your cup can literally flip your muscle repair switch back on. And if you're finding these insights helpful, take a quick second to subscribe to this channel. This community is all about giving you science-backed tools to stay strong, sharp, and energized well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. There's so much more coming that you won't want to miss. All right, let's talk about the muscle-building amino acid your body is starving for after 65. Here's a powerful truth. After 65, your body's ability to build and repair muscle doesn't just slow down because of hormones or aging cells. It slows down because it's missing a signal. That signal comes from amino acids, the raw materials that tell your muscles. It sets time to repair. It sets time to grow. But here's the problem. As you age, your body becomes resistant to the normal signals from dietary protein. In other words, the same meal that would trigger muscle repair at 30 barely moves the needle at 70. This is what researchers call anabolic resistance. So what do? We amplify the signal. One amino acid in particular has been shown to overcome this resistance, leucine. Leucine is like the ignition key for muscle protein synthesis. It activates a pathway called M2R, which is the master switch for muscle repair. If you don't get enough leucine, your muscles can't efficiently rebuild, no matter how much total protein you eat. In fact, a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults need almost double the leucine per meal compared to younger adults to get the same muscle building effect. That's why you see seniors losing muscle even if their diet hasn't changed. They're simply not hitting the leucine threshold anymore. So how does this connect to your coffee? Here's the elegant solution. You can add a small scoop of leucine-rich protein or free-form leucine powder directly into your morning coffee. By doing this, you're giving your muscles the precise signal they're missing, right when your body is most primed to use it. Think of it this way. Your morning coffee already increases circulation and wakes up your metabolism. When you pair it with leucine, you sear not just waking up your brain, you sear waking up your muscle tissue, telling it, don't sit, shrink, repair, stay strong. What does this look like in practice? It's simple. Add 3 to 5 grams of free-form leucine to your coffee. Oregon. Add a scoop of high-quality whey protein isolate, which is naturally rich in leucine, to create a creamy, muscle-nourishing latte. And don't worry about taste. Leucine itself is nearly flavorless, and whey protein blends smoothly. Why is morning such a good time? Because after an overnight fast, your muscles are in a slightly catabolic state. They're breaking down tissue for energy. By giving them leucine first thing, you flip that process into anabolism, or building mode. It's like shifting gears from breakdown to repair in seconds. This isn't just theory. In clinical trials, older adults who consumed leucine or leucine-enriched protein drinks showed significant improvements in muscle mass and strength, even without changing their exercise routine. Now imagine pairing that with a little movement, even just a 10-minute walk after your coffee. You've created a powerful morning ritual that feeds your muscles and signals them to stay alive and active. But leucine isn't the only missing piece. There's another nutrient that keeps your muscles switched on. It controls contraction, nerve signaling, and even how energized your cells feel. And most people over 65 are deficient in it. So now we'll talk about the essential mineral your coffee should never be without, and why it can instantly improve not just strength, but energy and even sleep. So far, we've talked about how to signal your muscles to repair with leucine. But there's another equally critical piece. You need the right mineral cofactor to make those signals actually translate into strength. That mineral is magnesium. Here's why it matters. Every single time your muscle fibers contract, whether it's to stand up from a chair, take a step, or even maintain posture, magnesium is involved. It regulates the electrical signals between your nerves and your muscle cells. Without enough magnesium, your muscles literally can't relax or contract properly. But it goes even deeper. Magnesium is required for over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, many of which directly affect muscle health. Helps your mitochondria produce ATP, the energy currency your muscles run on. Reduces inflammation and oxidative stress, which accelerate muscle breakdown. Improves sleep quality, which is when most muscle repair actually happens. And here's the kicker. Over 70% of adults over 60 are deficient in magnesium. Why? Aging reduces absorption in the gut, many medications deplete it, and most diets simply don't provide enough. This deficiency can manifest as muscle cramps, weakness, fatigue, even restless legs at night, all signs your muscles are running low on their spark plug. Now here, estates, where coffee becomes an opportunity. Caffeine increases magnesium excretion, meaning every cup of black coffee actually pulls magnesium out of your body. But if you simply add magnesium to your coffee, you counteract that loss and turn the same cup into a replenishing, muscle-supporting drink. What does this look like in practice? Two easy options. Stir in 200 to 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate powder, one of the most absorbable forms that's also gentle on the stomach. Or use a liquid magnesium supplement that blends seamlessly without altering taste. When you combine magnesium with leucine in your coffee, something powerful happens. The leucine tells your muscles, repair. The magnesium ensures your cells have the energy and proper signaling to follow through. It's like giving your muscles both the blueprint and the construction crew at the same time. Research backs this up. Studies in Nutrients Journal show that older adults supplementing magnesium experience improved muscle performance, balance, and even cognitive function. It's not just about strength, it's about keeping your neuromuscular system alive and coordinated. And here's a side benefit many people notice. When you replenish magnesium consistently, your sleep deepens. Remember, muscle repair happens at night. Better sleep equals better muscle retention. So with just two simple additions, leucine and magnesium, your coffee goes from being a simple pick-me-up to a targeted, science-backed muscle preservation tool. Now, if you're finding these insights helpful and want more practical, science-based ways to protect your strength and energy as you age, take a quick moment to like this video and subscribe. We're building a community of people who want to stay sharp, strong, and independent for life, and you'll get access to weekly strategies you won't hear anywhere else. Now, we're going to add another layer, timing, because when you drink your coffee with these nutrients can make the difference between mediocre results and truly powerful muscle preservation. Here's a fascinating truth about your body. It's not just what you eat or drink that matters, it's when you do it. Your muscles, like your brain and hormones, follow a circadian rhythm, a biological clock that determines when they're most primed for repair and growth. So let me ask you this. When do you usually drink your coffee? For most people, it's within 30 minutes of waking. That's actually perfect, but only if you leverage it correctly. Let's break down why. When you wake up in the morning, your body is in a catabolic state. You've been fasting overnight, which means your muscles are slowly breaking down protein for energy. Cortisol, your natural morning hormone, is slightly elevated, mobilizing stored fuel to help you start the day. This is a window of opportunity. If you provide the right nutrients during this window, your muscles are more responsive to anabolic signals. They're like dry soil waiting for water. But here's the catch. If you drink plain black coffee on an empty stomach and don't eat for hours, you actually extend the catabolic state. You're giving your body more adrenaline and circulation, but no raw materials to repair with. Over time, that can accelerate muscle loss. Now let's flip this scenario. You wake up, brew your coffee, and mix in 3 to 5 grams of leucine, or a scoop of leucine-rich whey protein, 200 to 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. Within 15 to 20 minutes, the caffeine improves blood flow and energy, while the leucine triggers the mTOR pathway, signaling your muscles to repair, and the magnesium provides the energy cofactor for that repair to actually happen. What you've done is shift your body from catabolic mode into anabolic mode immediately upon waking. And if you want to amplify this even further, here sits a simple timing trick. Drink your fortified coffee 30 minutes before light movement, like a brisk 10-minute walk, stretching, or even a short resistance routine with bands. That gentle movement enhances nutrient delivery to your muscles, making the leucine and magnesium even more effective. A study in Frontiers in Physiology found that even very light physical activity after consuming leucine improved amino acid uptake in older adults, leading to better muscle protein synthesis. So you don't need an intense workout, just enough to wake up your muscles. What about later in the day? Timing matters here too. Avoid adding leucine too close to bedtime, because activating M2R late at night can disrupt your natural repair cycles. Morning is when your body is primed for this anabolic signal. So the takeaway is simple. Morning coffee plus leucine plus magnesium plus light movement equals powerful muscle-preserving ritual. Late night coffee with these nutrients equals suboptimal and possibly sleep-disrupting. By aligning your coffee ritual with your body's circadian biology, you're not just drinking coffee, you're strategically using it as a tool to slow sarcopenia, boost metabolism, and maintain functional strength. Now that you understand the why and the when, let's put it all together. In the next section, I'll give you a simple, 3-step muscle support coffee protocol, an exact morning routine you can follow tomorrow to fight muscle loss, improve energy, and keep your body strong for years to come. Now that you know the science behind sarcopenia, the muscle repair amino acid leucine, the essential role of magnesium, and the importance of timing, let's make this incredibly simple. Here's a 3-step coffee protocol you can start tomorrow morning to protect your muscles and fight sarcopenia fast. Step 1. Build the base, brew your coffee smart. Start with a high-quality coffee, preferably organic and free from mold toxins that can burden your mitochondria. A medium roast is ideal because it retains more polyphenols, those antioxidants that support muscle and brain health. Brew it as you normally do. Pour over, French press, or even a simple drip. The brewing method doesn't matter as much as the next steps. Step 2. Fortify with muscle-specific nutrients. Here sits where you transform a basic coffee into a muscle-preserving powerhouse. Add leucine. Use 3 to 5 grams of free-form leucine powder. Add a scoop of high-quality whey protein isolate, which is naturally rich in leucine. This triggers your M2R pathway, your body's muscle repair switch, which is less sensitive after 65. Add magnesium glycinate. Stir in 200 to 300 milligrams magnesium glycinate powder. This replenishes the mineral your muscles need for proper contraction, energy production, and relaxation. Optional, but powerful. Add a dash of collagen peptides for joint support and a sprinkle of cinnamon to improve insulin sensitivity, helping your muscles absorb nutrients more efficiently. Blend or stir well until smooth. You've just created what I like to call a metabolic muscle latte, creamy, nutrient-dense, and specifically designed for aging muscles. Step 3. Time it right and move gently. Drink this fortified coffee within 30 minutes of waking to immediately flip your body from an overnight catabolic state into an anabolic repair mode. Then, and this is key, move your body for 10 minutes. Take a brisk walk. Do some gentle bodyweight exercises, or simply do a few standing stretches with light resistance bands. This light movement improves blood flow to your muscles, making them more receptive to the nutrients you just consumed. Think of it as opening the doors for the leucine and magnesium to get inside and do their job. If you follow this protocol consistently, here is what starts happening over weeks and months. You'll feel more stable and energized in the morning. Muscle cramps or weakness start to fade. Your balance and coordination improve. And most importantly, you slow or even reverse sarcopenia, keeping your legs, core, and arms strong enough to maintain independence and vitality. This isn't about bodybuilding, it's about building a functional reserve of strength so you can live freely without fear of falls, fatigue, or frailty. And here's something even more inspiring. Studies show that maintaining muscle in your 60s and 70s doesn't just improve your body, it improves your brain. Those myokines released by active muscles support memory, focus, and mood. So every sip of your fortified coffee isn't just helping your muscles, it's protecting your mind too. Now you have all the pieces, the science of sarcopenia, the key nutrients, the timing, and the simple 3-step morning routine. In just 1 cup of coffee, you're giving your body the signals it needs to stay alive, stay strong, and stay sharp. In the final part of this talk, we'll recap the key insights, remind ourselves why this matters so deeply, and I'll give you one small but powerful challenge you can start today. So let's bring this all together. We started with the simple but profound truth. After 65, muscle loss, sarcopenia, doesn't just make you weaker. It quietly undermines your metabolism, your balance, your independence, and even your brain health. It's not just about strength, it's about quality of life. But we also learned something equally powerful. This decline is not inevitable. Your muscles are still listening. They just need a louder signal. They need the right nutrients, at the right time, delivered in the right way. Here sits what the science showed us today. Sarcopenia accelerates after 65 because of anabolic resistance, mitochondrial slowdown, and hormonal shifts. But those processes can be nudged back toward repair. Coffee isn't just a pick-me-up. It's a metabolic amplifier that improves circulation, mobilizes energy, and can help deliver key nutrients to your muscles if you pair it correctly. Leucine, the amino acid ignition key, is what your muscles desperately need to trigger repair. Without enough of it, you can't build or maintain muscle, no matter how much protein you eat. Magnesium is the spark plug that keeps your muscles switched on, contracting properly, producing clean energy, and even helping you sleep deeply so your body can recover. Timing matters. Adding these nutrients to your morning coffee flips your muscles from an overnight catabolic state into an anabolic repair mode. Pair it with just 10 minutes of light movement and you supercharge the effect. And finally, a simple 3-step coffee protocol, brew, fortify, move, can help you preserve strength, balance, and vitality well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Now, I want you to pause and imagine something. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Do you want to wake up feeling lighter, steadier on your feet, confident that you can climb stairs, carry groceries, and stay independent? Or do you want to feel like strength is slipping away day by day? The choice doesn't happen 5 years from now. It happens today with small intentional habits. So here sits my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, before you reach for your regular coffee, try this. Add leucine, add magnesium, sip it slowly, and then take a short 10-minute walk. Feel how your body responds. It's not just a drink, it's a signal to your muscles. I still need you. Stay strong. And as you do this, remember, muscle is not just about movement, it's a longevity organ. It protects your metabolism, your brain, and your independence. Keeping it alive is one of the most powerful things you can do for your future self. If this talk gave you a new way to think about your health, if it reminded you that even the smallest daily rituals can have massive long-term impact, then I invite you to join this community. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who wants to stay strong and independent for life. Because here, we're not just talking about science, we're putting it into practice, together. So tomorrow morning, when you hold that cup of coffee, remember, it's more than just a habit. It can be your daily medicine for strength, resilience, and vitality. Stay curious, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.